Division Learning Continuity Plan.
Education should be our top priority. Despite the present condition, DepEd is guided with the pronouncement of Secretary Leonor M. Briones. Education must continue. The issuance of DepEd Order Number 007, Series of 2020, School Calendar and Activities for School Year 2020-2021, and Basic Education Learning Continuity Plan translate the commitment of DepEd to ensure educational continuity amid the crisis. But the health and safety of our learners and the whole school communities are of utmost importance and must be protected at all times.
It is in this light that DepEd Misamis Occidental conceptualizes a realistic, attainable, and flexible learning continuity plan anchored on the principles of accessible, equitable, relevant, liberating, and quality education for all Misamistan learners in the context of COVID-19.
The Division's Learning Continuity Plan is the recourse to ensure that education for all Misamistan learners is sustained without compromising everyone's health and safety. A collaborative effort of the different functional divisions, units, and sections of the Division, particularly the Curriculum and Implementation Division and School Governance and Operations Division. Consultations and surveys with partners, stakeholders, teachers, parents, and even among learners were conducted to ensure the best service from across the strata in the division's level of governance provided to the clientele.
Each functional division was required to present their output of the focused group discussion for critiquing and polishing to be consolidated into one Division Learning Continuity Plan or LCP. There were several comments made during the reporting and improvements were done then and there. A week after the submission of initial strategic directions to the region, the committee convened together to change our Division Learning Continuity Plan or DLCP based on the template given by the regional office without focusing on the scenario anymore, but on the preparation of the division on the coming August 24, 2020 opening of classes.
A focus group discussion conducted following the format where every group has to fill in template based on the parameters required of them. Results of the FGD were then consolidated by the SGOD Planning and Research Unit. It was presented to the school's division superintendent for comments and approval. After the superintendent's approval of the division's learning continuity plan, it was then presented to the EXICOM for comments and suggestions.
Thorough deliberation had been done to carefully consider every aspect, issues and concerns relative to the safety and welfare of the learners and teachers during the opening of classes, as there were questions and apprehensions as to the learning delivery modes to be employed, while the pronouncement of PPRD was that there would be no face-to-face classes should be done while vaccine is not yet available in the market.
Ensuring that no learner shall be left behind in this new normal and no one shall be deprived and discriminated on their basic rights. The mode of delivery of learning shall not coerce the parents to seek the necessary gadgets should the activity requires, but the DepEd, through the field offices, should make the modes appropriate to the condition of the family. Making sure that safety protocols are provided to every teachers and learners. Protective paraphernalia, health and safety are provided to the teachers and learners to keep them safe from being infected or being a virus carrier.
Coordination with local government units and stakeholders in collecting modules, doing the validation assessment in areas or centers with social distancing is difficult to be managed and observed. Capacitating parents, stakeholders, guardians, and volunteers in the conduct of the remote learning programs, as well as upskilling parents' role in the education of their kids in this new normal are implemented in order to link and connect the Division LCP and the DepEd programs with the battle cry on Sulong Edukalidad and Bawat Bata Bumabasa as to how these programs can be a bridge towards the future to ensure that despite the pandemic, reading comprehension and other performance indicators can be achieved with quality.
The division, through the Curriculum and Implementation Division, significantly focuses its endeavors on the major adjustments that are urgently implemented in the area of selecting learning strategies and modalities appropriate to the learning levels of learners while taking account the present conditions and available resources of the locality.
Misamis Occidental Division will anchor its monitoring and evaluation framework with the DepEd Central Office's Learning Continuity Plan. It focuses on the intermediate outcomes which ensure the learner's achievement in terms of access and quality in the delivery of basic education during this pandemic.
Birth pains were experienced in this path, but we look forward to having our teachers, parents, learners, communities as allies who will work with us to provide valuable insights and contributions with the leadership of Dr. Edwin R. Maribujo, Schools Division Superintendent, Assistant Schools Division Superintendent Myra P. Mebato, and the chiefs of the two functional divisions and other working committees.
For the ones who give meaning to our existence,
Our learners.